Look at all that money, yeah, the money that they've spent. Take another look and take some time for hemp. Don't cut trees for paper, cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation, yeah, it's time for hemp.
Yes, it is. It is time for hemp. I'm your host, Casper Leitch, and on the program today, I have my joint host, Al Graham and Al Byrne, and we are appreciative of you being part of our show today. Share us with your friends. If you get a chance, hit the like button and the subscribe button below, and you can also visit timeforhemp.news, find our archives, and find past programs and lots of free music downloads. And we're going to kick off this round of conversations today with Al Graham up in Canada. Let him know a little bit about PACE Network.
All right, PACE Network is People Advocating Cannabis Education. We're a network that is broadcasted in video as well as our audios go out as podcasts afterwards as well. And you can find it all at paceradio.net.
There you go. And we got Al Byrne, who's got a great book, a little groovy book. You're going to pick it up and read, check it out, and get a chance. Al Byrne, say hi.
Yeah, thank you, Casper. That's me there and my dogs in the back of a pickup truck in my backyard. And it's available anywhere, Apple Books, Amazon, Thrift Books. Give it a shot. Okay.
And so you mentioned that these are your dogs back here, and today's guest is talking about dogs, aren't they?
We're going to talk about animals, and I think canines, dogs, are a big part of it. And as you note, I'm a golden retriever lover. I have been for 40 years. And anything that will help my dogs either have a more pleasant life or a longer life, especially a longer life, I'm into it. So we have purposely talked to these folks about a number of subjects. They're absolutely fascinating. Everything we've done with these guys is like, wow. So I hope we're going to get a wow again. I think we will. So this is a married couple up in mid-Maine, USA. They've been helping patients from little babies, infants, all the way to mature women and men with their cannabis, which is essentially for them FECO oil, FECO, full extract cannabis oil, just what Casper's got there. It's an oil, it's a liquid, and it is extracted from the cannabis plant, the whole plant, not just a little of it. The whole bud gets that oil extracted out of it, and that's what these guys use as medicine. So with that, Al, if you can bring them to life right now, as Casper indicated, I asked the question, do you guys treat animals? And the answer I got was yes. So tell me, what do you do?
Well, we're big pet and animal lovers here. We have a big cane corso, a chihuahua, and a min pin. So we use the cannabis in
many ways with these dogs. Dogs do have endocannabinoid system. There's a lot of false information out there that if your dog eats a cannabis brownie, they might die. No. The only thing that's going to kill a dog is if you drop 100 pounds on their head. Okay.
That's right.
Dogs have endocannabinoid systems. We fill them just as we do a child with the drops, which is just an MCT coconut oil and the cannabis, full extract cannabis oil.
So I would put like drops of the oil on the food.
You would put that one syringe in a 2-ounce tincture bottle with MCT coconut oil.
Right.
The whole syringe.
Or you could use the salve. The salve is an organic coconut oil. And you just put it on a spoon and put it right in their mouth. And they love that for whatever it is, tooth pain, or they're just freaked out by the fireworks or whatnot.
Wait a minute. What's this salve? We showed that before in the last show, but what's what's coconut oil?
It's just coconut oil,
and it solidifies because
coconut
it's
oil.
cool, and once it heats
Right.
up, it's yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just so. What's the ratio? Coconut oil to
Well, it depends on the lab testing of the full extract cannabis oil. One syringe, let's say it has 650 milligrams. So we would put that in 4 ounces of coconut oil, and that's what the salve is. So
Okay.
depending on the lab testing of the medicine, that's how many milligrams are in it. I try and I put 500 milligrams in the tincture bottle, so that when I give you the tincture, you know there's 500 milligrams in that 2 ounces with the dropper. But in what we do with the dogs is we treat cancer, okay? And we also treat behavioral issues and fear. A lot of dogs are really scared of fireworks. They freak out at thunder and lightning. And it really, just a couple of drops in their food really calms them down. Mellow.
So basically, you just get them high before the 4th of July, right?
Yeah.
Is that what?
And if,
is
like,
that what
let's
this
say
does?
you have an aggressive
mellow
dog and you want to bring a pup, you just got a puppy and you want to introduce them. So you give the aggressive dog the cannabis in their food, and then they're calm and kind of lie around a lot.
Does what it does to people. Instead of you get a bully in the neighborhood, you just say chill out and get high. And when they do, they just want to love everybody in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
It really.
Yeah, I look at dogs and babies as sort of the same thing. As they don't realize what they've consumed if they overconsume. And
Does that mean that when you leave the house, you leave your babies in the basement for 8 hours?
No. No.
Just this week.
I'm talking about when it comes to overconsumption of cannabis oil.
Okay.
A dog and a baby don't realize what's going on, and you can,
Yeah, they just sleep it off.
So that's good.
The
Well,
Chihuahuas go like this a little bit, like if they get more, they're like, like they just kind of.
I had a frightening experience with she was 9 years old and my golden, and I'll tell you what I do with them. I give them cannabis every day. I don't know what you guys do, but I give my dogs cannabis every night. But one night I gave her some fecal oil, just a little bit, maybe a grain of rice, something like that. And the next morning, when I woke up in the morning, she had urinated all over her bed. She could barely walk, completely disorientated. I did not make the connection. And I brought it to the vet, trustworthy. I've been there for years. She took a look at him, and the techs were looking at her. And what she was doing was she was going in a circle around, like chasing her tail, but without so much athletic ability. And they diagnosed her as having a stroke. And they told me then that the behavior she exhibited was that of a dog with a stroke. And now it turned out to be not that at all. She got overdosed. So to get to Al's point, it was a real problem for my dog.
Well, that's why I say that we start with, like we do with the babies, with 1 drop, and you know that it's less than a milligram. And nobody on this earth, adult, child, animal, is going to have a huge reaction on less than a milligram of cannabis. So by starting really, really small with dogs, that's what we do. We don't say just go give your dog a tablespoon of cannabis. Right. We just say,
exactly.
She's 180 pounds.
Yeah, our dog's like 180 pounds. But that's why actually we started making the tincture, is because not only dogs can get too much, and it's when we say too much, it's things like with pets, like he said, it can be very, very scary, because these are very scary symptoms if you don't if it's not oh, I gave my dog too much meat.
Right.
It can be very scary.
Yeah.
And I have seen, that's why we started making the tinctures, because I have seen vomiting of the dogs puking. Because when we say a grain of rice or a dot, everybody's grain of rice or a dot is different. My dot
Exactly.
might be like a dot that you can't even see through. And then your dot, who knows? But the tincture makes it so we know scientifically by doing it by the drop that we're safe that they're not going to have a scary effect. So we start with the drop, one drop at a time.
1 milligram is your beginner. A beginner should start with 1 milligram max.
Well, what is that right, Brett? He knows that kind of stuff. I just do it the milligram or less than a milligram by the dropper, in the dropper, the tincture dropper. That thing, the syringe, it's just so strong. There's no way to get 1 milligram. Okay.
Yeah, and the syringe would just be straight oil, right? It wouldn't be a tincture or anything.
Right. It's harder to be scientific with the syringe because you're getting different amounts every time. So what we like to do is, that's why we're using the dropper for pets and for small children, because we take them up. So the first day, every 4 hours, they would get 1 drop, and they would get it the whole first day, and then the whole second day. And then before you go to bed, you would give them 2 drops. And
so does that mean that as a human, that if I drank all of this, I'd have a Tommy Chung high?
You'd be stoned. My friend today ate a half of one of those, and we went to the pond, and he's like,
"Oh, don't tell him that. He'll try it. Don't tell him that. He'll try it."
He said it definitely worked. I mean, we had a great time. We were out in the pond, rowing around in our little floaties. But if I eat even a grain of rice, I think the whole world is collapsing. It's very strong medicine.
Well, here's what I do with my dogs. I make a butter with butter. Take the bud, decarboxylate it, put it in. I have one of those machines that does it automatically from my friend. Magic butter machine. Everybody has one of those. If you don't have a magic butter machine,
I got 3 of them.
Yeah. So anyway, get a magic butter machine. That's what I make. So I make my butter, and I think it's relatively strong. I mean, I'm using real buds and stuff. And what I do is I just get a cracker at night for each one of them, half a cracker even, and put just a little bit of this butter on. I sort of learn what the dose is, and they get it every night. They line up for it. They love it, just like you say. And within 15, 20 minutes, they're dead asleep. And they seem to be having a really good time. So, and I'm thinking this is therapeutic and preventative.
And the hips. We are big dogs. Like, our dogs are big. We have a really
hip dysplasia is a horrible problem with dogs.
That our dogs used to get. Anybody who has a dog that's like having trouble getting up the stairs, getting in the car, they are looking weak from behind. A level of relief that this dog gives to that this medicine gives to your dog is amazing. It makes our day, because we get so excited about this, because we're so sad when our dogs are getting old. It almost makes you depressed when your dog's all decrepit. So when you're able to really see a difference, it's like, it makes us happy.
I agree. It's a painkiller for them, just like it is for
Oh,
us.
yeah.
And it is noticeable. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I started other dogs, but almost within 2 days, their behavior just was so improved. They're having a better time. Yep.
Yeah, and I think dogs are God's best invention. And I don't know why God didn't just stop with dogs. I wouldn't have even made humans and be like,
after dogs
are amazing. Yeah.
Do you come across dogs and maybe treat them for anxiety?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. That's what I mean by the fireworks. There's a lot of dogs that have separation anxiety from their person, and it really helps. It's really surprising. You know, we say cannabis still surprises us. We're like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Right, right. It does the same things it does to humans. Yeah, a human has anxiety. If they have depression, all the same things for the dogs. Pain.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Just yeah, you're right. It just seems to have the same reaction for the canines that it does for humans. Or it doesn't
Oh, yeah.
surprise me, but I'm glad to hear you say that. What about, have you tried it on horses or cats or llamas or anything?
Yeah, yeah. Our
What?
big dog knocked one of our cat's teeth out. So yeah, we use the salve. We just rub it on her gums, and
In order to take care of it, we like give her a few drops so we can control. Because cats, you know, they like get away from you. So that's what we do. We do use. Sorry, keep my thing coming up. We definitely. It really. But with the cats, again, it's like you have to use the dropper because if you give them too much, they'll get sick. And
Yeah.
that's why I think a lot of people, it's because they get like dizzy.
Right,
I think.
right.
They walk funny. They walk funny.
Yeah.
And so it leads me to believe that they're like dizzy. It causes nausea. So we definitely suggest, especially with cats, to mix it.
So listen, guys, go back to my dog story. My dog's spinning around. I think it has a stroke or something. They didn't know. But the dog was acting like it wasn't right. So if you got a dog having some sort of seizures or spasms, or do you think that the application of cannabis would help with that? It seems to help humans. What do you think about dogs?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Taking it on, giving it to the dog on a schedule, but also having a plan. If you notice all of a sudden that your dog starts being strange or doing weird things, just start giving them a drop every 4 hours. If they're bigger, then you might give them 2 drops. I suggest getting the medicine and starting them on it, getting them used to it just immediately. So when there is an issue, it's a tool that you have and you know it. Cannabis medicine is like a best friend that you kind of need to get to know it a little bit. And you really don't want to get to know it in the middle of a huge drama, right? So
Right.
I think it should be a normal thing as you care for your pets to have a tincture of cannabis medicine and use it on a nightly basis in a small dose. Get your animal's endocannabinoid system functioning, recognizing cannabis, and then when necessary, you will feel comfortable then using it as medicine to stop seizures, to enhance, to stop anxiety, separation, spinning. I got a dog that was in the pound for a really long time and he spun in circles. This is really bad for their hips. So cannabis medicine really helped him to calm down and not spin in circles. So the best advice is, as a pet owner, learn about cannabis, make it your best friend, and then when you have emergencies, you'll feel a lot more comfortable and you'll have a lot better results than if you just, oh my God, my dog is freaking out, I'm gonna give it some weed. Like, you got to get to know it and really get the endocannabinoid system functioning.
But we're talking, again, for the animals, we're talking fecal oil, because you can go in a pet store now, a vet office, and they're offering CBD products, just one
really?
compound. Yeah.
Not here.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I
What do you
haven't
think
seen
about
that.
that? It seems like you'd be against that, or you got nothing against CBD, but it wouldn't work
Right.
anywhere near as well as.
right.
Well, my best analogy is why would we do this? Why use just a pinky? If you're going to try and fight a war, you need the whole kit and caboodle. CBD is just a tiny little part of cannabis. It's something that was made legal first, and people are trying to make a buck. If you're trying to do the best, you want the full medicine, and that's the reality. And that's from people like, there's no number to call and order anything. It's just our name. Like, we're not a business. We're not trying to sell you anything. But CBD is just a marketing tool, kind of like the 60 grams in 90 days is a marketing tool to sell large quantities at once. It's not, I don't know that anyone's ever cured any cancer with 60 grams of fika.
I doubt that. But the other thing is, for people out there listening, I could be wrong. I have been many, many times. But I don't think there's a law in the United States about that prohibits you from giving cannabis in whole form to an animal.
So
I am so glad that I know you. You are two people that are just up there on a podium for me now. I'm so glad that Dr. Uma and you are working together. That's going to be a combination. And thanks from me for all of your honesty over these last couple of hours. It's every minute of it's been enlightening. Thank you.
And I want to thank both my joint hosts for being on the program today. And I want to thank you for tuning in as our audience. Don't forget to go to timeforhemp.news. Check out our archives. Lots of free music that you can download as well. And as you share the information with the people around you, you're letting the whole world know how important it is to take time for hemp.
Look at all that money, yeah, the money that they've spent. Take another look and take some time for hemp. Don't cut trees for paper, 'cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation, yeah, it's time for hemp. Well, an acre of hemp makes 20 barrels of oil. No need for pesticides to poison all our soil. People got no food, they got no clothes, they got no rent. Well, it's time for hemp. Throughout Earth's history, hemp has been used, no mystery. Hemp was legal to pay your taxes for more than a century. Check your faxes. The founding fathers make sense to me. It's time to grow hemp legally. Think of all its uses. It's money that's well spent. Right now, no excuses. It's time for hemp. Sustainable green industry, that's our intent. A better place this world will be. It's time for hemp. Fuel and food and clothes and soap, housing, cars, yeah, cars, no joke. Henry Ford built a car of hemp. It's time for us to do it again. People be employed with balanced farming as it's meant. Right now, it's time for hemp. Hemp is a true necessity for the wealth and protection of this country. These are words of Jefferson Thomas. He grew hemp, why not us? It's time to lift the hemp band. It's time to lift the hemp band. Yet we can. I know we can make a difference. Yes, we can. Yes, I know we can. And we can work together and lift the hemp band. Look at all that money, yeah, the money that they've spent. Take another look and take some time for hemp. Don't cut trees for paper, 'cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation, yeah, it's time for hemp.